There's a version of us the world meets, loud, polished, performing. And then there's the version in the quiet, slow, shifting, uncertain, but alive. This is a story for the in-between, the unshared drafts, the silent seasons, the days when nothing looks like progress but everything inside you is evolving. We romanticize growth when it's loud and visible, but the truest becoming often happens when no one is watching. And in a world that measures worth in speed and noise, choosing to become softly, slowly is a quiet rebellion in itself. This video is for that version of you, the one you're still becoming. You are not behind, you're becoming. Unseen growth is the kind of transformation that doesn't announce itself. There's no confetti, no finish line. Just quiet mornings you choose yourself again. Moments when the version of you that would have broken bends, folds, and heals. This stage is tender. It's frustrating because the world doesn't reward becoming. It only recognizes what's already been become. But you have to understand, roots don't bloom and yet they hold up the whole tree. You don't need to prove your worth. You need to stay present in it. Because every silent decision, every healed wound, every time you listened instead of reacted, that is your power, multiplying in places no one can see yet. It's not the fear of failure, it's the fear of who you'll have to become if you don't. What if you're not afraid of falling, but flying? What if the discomfort you feel is not weakness, but the tension of transformation? We often avoid our potential not because we don't believe in it, but because we fear what we will have to leave behind to step into it. But the life you are longing for will not meet you halfway. You have to meet it in full presence. You have to stop shrinking yourself to stay digestible. Because the truth is, you were never meant to blend in. You were meant to bloom. And that version of you, the one who steps into her fullness, she's not waiting in the distance. She's already here, buried under doubt, waiting to be chosen. Surrender is not giving up, it's giving in to timing, to trust, to truth. There's a softness in surrender, a quiet knowing that you don't have to force what's meant to unfold. To float doesn't mean you're lost. Sometimes it just means you have stopped chasing timelines that weren't yours to begin with. This part of the journey is about realignment, letting go of rigid plans and trusting your creative rhythm, allowing life to shape you without hardening you. This is where intuition replaces pressure, and that's where real art begins. You don't need all the answers, you just need to stay open and willing to be surprised by your own unfolding. Let your stillness be your protest. Let your grace be your resistance. We often imagine rebellion as something loud, chaotic, but what if elegance itself is rebellion? In a world addicted to performance, choosing softness, choosing care, choosing composure is power. Elegance here doesn't mean perfection, it means intention. Discipline, choosing how you carry yourself, even when the world wants you to unravel. This is the kind of rebellion that doesn't burn down everything in rage. It redefines beauty on its own terms. It says, I will not perform to be seen. I will be so grounded in myself that you cannot ignore me. Your poise, your precision, your presence, they are not weaknesses. They are a weapon of different war. There's a kind of strength that doesn't need to raise its voice. Softness doesn't mean passivity. It means choosing to hold your ground without hardening your heart. It's when you're capable of chaos but still choose compassion. When you can overpower but instead uplift. Power isn't always dominance. Sometimes it's restraint. Sometimes it's the quiet confidence in your craft, your clarity, your truth. The softness of power is not about being less. It's about being more layered, more nuanced, more whole. And there's nothing stronger than a person who has met their shadow, made peace with them, and still walks forward with open hands. There is no formula for becoming, there is only alignment. And if your becoming looks quiet, unshared, non-linear, you are not failing. You are growing in ways the world doesn't yet have words for. The work you're doing in silence is still sacred. The beauty you're building is still valid, even if only you can see it right now. So keep creating, keep becoming, not for validation, but for alignment.